Hi everybody, welcome today to the Green Room VideoCast. Today we have with us local artist in resident, Brian Day. And today we're going to talk about some of the paintings that he does for the Green Room. So,
Okay.
Brian, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an artist.
Cool.
For many years I was an illustrator. And for many years I owned my own company, which was in the publishing business of fine art, greeting cards, and social stationery. And then after I sold that and got out of it, I just painted for the masses. And I kind of referred to it as, you know, just trash and trivia for the masses. You can cut that if you want. But
You're fine. No, that's good. So, have you always been interested in art as a child, or what led you into it?
Yeah, my father was a creative director for the motion picture industry, and out of 5 brothers and sisters, I'm the one that turned out to be an artist. But I started really being serious about art when I was probably 8 years old. And before that, I guess they figured I was going to be an artist because I kept all my Crayola lines within the lines of the Crayola book and not outside like everybody does at times. So from that point on, I was very serious in it.
So, what kind of art do you do today?
You're looking at it. Just painting. I do a little commercial work still for an agency back east, mainly wildlife and flora, fauna, wildlife paintings, but very little now. Most of it's just this. I have to create stuff so that my kids and grandchildren have something that say, look, Grandpa did that. And then maybe 150 years from now on the Antiques Roadshow, that somebody will come in with one of the paintings and they'll look at it and say, you know, you've got an American masterpiece here. Who's to know?
So, I heard you worked for Disney, is that true?
No, I worked with many artists for Disney, but I did some they created stuff for my company, but I did some creative work for outside companies that was used by Disney and for Disney. And it's interesting that at the time I was in the greeting card business, I was contacted. The company was contacted. I was the head of the company, and it was from Disney, and they wanted me to illustrate a Disney cartoon type of Christmas card for them that then we would publish and they would use. Now, why Disney didn't do it themselves, I don't know. But I did a wonderful rendition of a cartoon Disney train with all the Disney characters on it and all types of things, and you wouldn't have known it wasn't from Disney. But that was long ago.
Long ago.
Long ago. Like in the 1970s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't even born yet.
Before you were even thought of.
So, we have you in here today as well, because we want to talk about some of your paintings that we have. So, all around the Green Room, if you guys come to visit the Green Room, you'll notice that there's paintings that Brian does. And we have 2 of the most iconic ones here with us right here. Let's talk about this one right behind me first. So tell me about this one.
Well, I did that of a photograph I took in Zion National Park, and is of a cliff face in Zion, although I added a few little things to it. The Virgin River was running in front of it, which is there, but the mast that you see coming down the side here wasn't on the original one, but I thought it just to give a more of a dimension to that cliff face, so I put that in. So artists are allowed to change things, it comes with the territory.
What kind of art do you normally do?
What you're looking at, basically.
So just like landscapes?
Landscape, animals, wildlife, a lot of wildlife paintings and a lot of scenic.
Cool. So how much does this one run for retail? Are you selling this one?
Yeah. This is not the original. This is what they call a giclée print.
What's that? For those people that don't know what a giclée print is, like me.
Giclée is a state-of-the-art method of reproducing paintings or fine art.
Mm-hmm.
And it's done with a spray technique. It came from France. And they actually don't print the picture the way you would normally think of a picture being painted. It is either on canvas or on paper, or you can put it on a door if you wanted to. They can print the technique on just about anything. But they have a machine that has little color jets that actually sprays the color on the painting.
Wow.
And if you look at a lithography print or so, you see tiny little dots. There aren't any dots. This is as if it was painted by the artist.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is that if it is an oil painting, then you're not getting the thickness of the paint that you would normally see, unless they emboss the print, which has been done too.
Excellent. So I want you to tell me about our next painting that we got right here.
Yep.
So can you describe to me what this painting is?
This is of the Mormon Church in Medford, Oregon, the temple. And Teresa asked me, would I be interested in doing this? And I said, sure. So my wife and I went down there and we took photographs of it. And at the time, there was a fence around it, and it was on a Sunday morning, I think. And we couldn't get through the fence, so with the camera, I was poking through and taking photographs. And then I painted it. And the interesting thing, I was over in Grants Pass one day, before I started the painting. And I was coming back to Rogue River. And in the sky, this cloud formation was there.
Oh, this one right here?
Yes, and just the light hitting the clouds like that and sort of fading off to the side here. And I thought, hey, that's a pretty good effect. I'll see if I can remember it and put it in the painting, because by the time you come to your house, my studio, then I've got to remember exactly what it looked like. It didn't look exactly like that, but it's probably close.
Mm-hmm.
But
I heard the Mormons locked you out of the temple. I'm just joking.
They probably will.
No, I heard. Did they try to kick you off the property?
No. Although Teresa says the next time I do one, if we do a different interpretation of it, then this time she says I'll get through the gates.
Good. So with this painting, how much does this run for retail value?
Well, right now, I forget what we've got on this. I think it's. How much?
1,600, I believe.
60. Okay. Yeah. This is it's a custom-made frame and mat, and the little medallion down here explains what it is, and the mat, the double mat, and everything is all custom material. A lot of times people think, oh gosh, that's an awful lot for painting, but just the frame and the mat and all of this together is over $400 just in cost for that, not counting the painting or anything.
And it's not counting the amount of time that you put into it.
Definitely not counting the amount of time.
So tell me, I mean, I don't know if you count up your hours, the number of hours you do it, but how long do you think it takes you on average to do a painting like this?
It will depend on the painting. And
what about this one? Do you know?
This one was far more labor intensive than the one over here, the one of the buffalo, or the Zion one. The Zion one, it was not the detail, and you didn't have to be as careful in doing all the small work in there that the building has.
Mm-hmm.
And so this took more time. Although the sky didn't take much time at all. It's done sort of as a fast wash, and the way I approach doing a sky like this, I'll take my board and I use generally paint on a rag board where it's not like paper is normally, but it's made out of 100% cotton rag, and I will wet the whole surface, but leave somewhat the area where I want the clouds to come in, and then I'll wash the background, put the color in, and sort of let it flow and drain down. And I can even pick up the painting and do this and let everything start to run, and you're turning left and right and getting everything to blend in properly, and you just cross your fingers that it works. And there have been times when I've started a painting, and I generally where they tell you if you're ever in art school or anything, you got to work the whole painting all at one time. No, I generally paint the sky in first. And if the sky works, I know the rest of the painting's going to work. But there have been times where I've started the sky and felt that, gee, it's just not what I write or what I want. So in the trash can and start it over again.
So where can people contact you at to get most of your paintings?
Right here in beautiful, the city. I'm trying to talk them into changing the name of the city from the city of Rogue River to the village of Rogue River, because we're only a little over 2,000 feet people, and it just sounds better as the village. But right here, it's really.
So what you're saying is they can get your paintings right here in the little town of Rogue River, Oregon,
in this building,
and right here in the green room. He has many paintings all around here. He has, as you can see in the background, I don't know how much you can see, but there's like ocean landscapes, there's mountains, there's tons of things that Brian really does a great job at, and I can see you have a great passion for it.
Oh, I love it. I hate to tell you my age because you are so young. I'm 84 years old, so and I will keep doing it till I'm 124 or so, close to your age, but at 100 years.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you, Brian, for coming.
It's a pleasure.
If you guys need to contact Brian, you guys can come down here to the green room, and you can buy some of his paintings down here or check them out. They're really amazing. So thank you so much for joining us today. Hey, everyone. Thanks for watching today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe below. Also, anything talked about in today's video can be purchased down at Southern Oregon's only LDS bookstore, The Green Room. All right, we'll see you next time.